Thank you very much for having me here. My name is Michael Igodaro. I'm from Nigeria, but currently living in the US as a refugee. I'm going to be speaking on a very interesting topic today. It's on working to overturn laws criminalizing people on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. And I'm sure we all know what's going on in Nigeria right now and Uganda and other African countries about the new laws that are spreading in Africa to criminalize gay men, LGBTQ people. In all religions, people experience violence and discrimination because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Sex between individuals of same sex sex between individuals of the same sex is criminalized in vogue terms. In Malaysia, there's carnal intercourse against order of nature is punishable by up to 20 years imprisonment. And similarly in Uganda, there's other laws. In Nigeria, there's 10 years imprisonment for anyone who directly or indirectly shows same-sex affection. And let me just say, if this wasn't to be in Nigeria right now, we all should be going to jail for 14 years. Same goes to Russia. In Uganda, there are other 76 African countries where world countries where there are laws that criminalize gay people just because of who they are or who they show affection to. I'm going to be focusing on two countries, obviously, Nigeria, Uganda. In Uganda, it's already illegal to be gay, or if you're found to have same-sex relationship, you can expect to spend the 7 years of your life in prison. But Uganda anti-gay law has become even harsher in February this year when the president signed into law the most, how do I put it? The law we've been fighting against for the past 5 years now. Before it was this, the one that you could go to jail for, you could be killed for, but now they refined it to become a law that you could just go to jail for the rest of your life. And also in January this year, the Nigerian government signed into the law the same-sex Nigeria outlaws same-sex relationship, but the conditions for imprisonment have become even wider, and the punishment for much harsher when Nigeria president passed the law in January. Let me just explain that the law in Nigeria, it's not particularly against LGBT people, but actually against the wider population, because it doesn't just criminalize people on the basis of their sexual orientation, but people they show affection to. If I was to be in Nigeria right now, be in university, and share a room with a friend, me and my roommates could be going to jail for having to sleep in the same room, in the same place in school. Same goes to if you're a doctor or if you're a healthcare provider, you provide service for gay men, you could go to jail for 10 years. And also same goes to a teacher in school. If you know your student is a gay man and you didn't report the person, you could go to jail for 10 years or so. So it's not just affect gay people, but also the general population. There are other African countries, there are death penalty. In Mauritania, Sudan, northern Nigeria, and southern Somalia, they have death penalty for gay people. Where it's illegal in Algeria, Angola, Botswana, Burundi, Cameroon, Comoros, Egypt, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Kenya, Liberia, Libya, Malawi, Mauritania, Mauritius, Morocco, Mozambique, Namibia, Nigeria, Sao Tome and Principe, Senegal, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Sudan, and Sudan, Switzerland, Tanzania, Togo, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. They have laws that prevent people from being who they are, from being who they were born to be, or from even accessing the most basic services that they need to survive. Where it's legal in Africa, it's Benin, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Central African Republic, Chad, Congo-Brazzaville, Ivory Coast, Democratic Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Lesotho, Madagascar, Mali, Niger, Rwanda, and South Africa. These countries have laws that protect gay people, let's just say that. But actually, the population, they have homophobic tendencies. The laws are in the book, but actually it's not being enforced. In South Africa, we've heard where lesbians have been killed. In Ivory Coast, we have gay people be killed there, but the government doesn't do anything about it. But they have laws that protect sexual minorities, but it's not been enforced. So this is just to show since the Nigerian president signed into law in January, the same-sex prohibition bill, how the violence has occurred we've had 45 violations recorded in 12 states in Nigeria since January to May this year. And we've had 70% of all the violations occurred in January 2014. And the most recent one was when a group of gay men were attacked at night in Gishiri village in Abuja, Nigeria. They were beaten. They were sent to the local community police, and they were made to be driven away from their apartment. And right now, I could say that those gay men still could not go to their apartment. They've been asked to never come back to the apartment, and they've never got back there. So we've had in the northern part of Nigeria, there's a case going on right now in the Sharia courts where gay men have been about to be sentenced to death because they have death. The penalty law is stoned to death. So if you're caught to be gay man, you'd be sentenced to go to be stoned to death. So we have about 4 men right now in Zamfara, where they are to be sentenced to go to be stoned to death. The case currently in court, and these people are not just people that are sadistic. They are people I know. They are people I've seen before. They are not just numbers. They are not just statistics, but they are real people. And if nothing is done about it, from now the next 12 months, we will be having those 4 men killed. So how do we overturn laws that criminalize people on the basis of sexual orientation? When I was preparing for this presentation, I spoke to a couple of my colleagues in Nigeria, and let me just say, BC Alimi, a renewed Nigerian LGBT advocate, I have several conversations with him, and we came up together with these 7 basic points that we all could work together in that could help us overturn those laws. First of all is civil society sensitization, leading to public education programs. What do I mean by that? The laws is there, but people who carry out the mass attack against gay people, they're the general population. And most of them doesn't know anything about the gay person. All they know that gay people want gay marriage, which is not true. As a gay man from Nigeria, I don't want gay marriage because that's not what we are looking for right now. We just want to live our lives as normal beings, as normal person in the streets of Lagos, a normal person in the streets of Uganda, in the streets of Zambia, just living as one. But our government does not want that, and our people do not want that. But people need to be sensitized. We need public education programs that could lead people to understand what it is to be gay, how it is to be gay, how these laws do not just affect gay people, but even them. For instance, my mother in Nigeria could be going to jail for 10 years. He should not report me as being a gay man. My teacher could go to jail, like I said earlier, but people don't understand that these laws actually affect them too. But they need programs to educate them, to let them know how these laws affect everyone, not just gay people. And we need coalition and alliance building. I would say that in Nigeria, we have a coalition of gay people and organizations that works for gay men, but they are not as strong as they should be. So she goes to Uganda, in South Africa, in Ghana, in Botswana. These organizations are scattered around. They don't have the facilities, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the kind of thing they should have to be able to come together as one to fight against this law. So they need assistance in building the alliance to come together and in building alliance with other networks, sex workers networks also, women network also. We can't just be as one because we need everybody to come together as one to be able to fight these laws. And not just that, but we also need community economical empowerment. What do I mean by that? We've been investing in HIV in Nigeria, in Uganda for the past 10 years. But how does it affect a normal gay man in Nigeria, Uganda? Some of them live in poverty. When I was living in Nigeria, I left my parents home when I was 17 years. I was living in the streets. And I knew what it is to live in the streets of Nigeria as a young gay man. There are most gay men in Nigeria who have been driven out to their parents' home who are in the streets. How do they survive? Yes, you give them HIV medication, but how do they get food to eat? How do they live their normal day lives? They need to be economically empowered to be able to stand at their one and also to support the coalition, the movement in their countries. We need programs that could empower them, microfinance programs that could empower them, give them something to do, something that will make them go back to school. I dropped out of school when I was 17 years. My mother and my parents were not willing to pay my school fees anymore. There are thousands of gay men around Africa who were my age mate, 14 years, 15 years, who have dropped out of school. And then they don't go back to school anymore because their parents are not going to pay for their school fees anymore. So how do we send them back to schools? Yes, we want to fight the laws, but also We need to look at the people who are in the streets. How are they being influenced? How are they leading to the HIV epidemic in the country? If they're in the streets, yes, you can give them HIV programming, but if they don't have where to sleep, they don't have where to stay, they don't have anything they're doing, they might not listen they might not use the condoms. Because when I was in Nigeria, if I knew when someone could come to me because I was living in the street, a gay man who has money could come to me, can say, I want to have sex with you without condoms, but I'll pay you for it. Even if I have the information of HIV, even if I have those education, because I don't have money, I need that money. I could ask him without condoms because I need help. I need money to survive. Even though I have those tools to protect myself, but I wouldn't do that because I need the money the man's going to give me. So we need to empower people economically. And we need research on the impact of discrimination and violence suffered on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. I would say it's a shame, that we don't have any research on this yet. We don't have the research on the impact of discrimination suffered on the basis of sexual orientation and gender, especially on gay people who live with HIV in Africa. There's been no research to date on the impact of discrimination suffered on the basis of sexual orientation and people, especially on gay men who live with HIV in Africa. We need to do this. We need media, entertainment industry engagement. We need the media to be able to portray good pictures of gay men, not gay people marrying, because what we see in Nigerian media is they have two people, they say gay men looking for marriages. But that's not what we want. We need to engage in media. We need to engage in the entertainment industry. There's an organization in Nigeria right now, it's called the Initiative for Equal Rights. They are working on engaging with the Nigerian entertainment industry. What they're doing, they wanted to portray programs that could educate people on sexual orientation, on gender identity, what it means to be gay, how the law truly affects everybody. We have been on the part of where we think everything's about us as gay people, but no, it's not really about us. It's actually about everybody, because how it affects me, it affects you too. The laws affect me, yes, but this is how it also affects you. We need to engage in media to portray how it affects everybody also, not just on gay people. We need direct community engagement with government officials. We've not had direct contact with our government officials. Some of our government officials have not met a single gay man from Nigeria. It's a shame that Mr. Goodluck Jonathan, my president, hasn't spoken about this law yet. He's the one that signed the law, but today he hasn't come out to say, this is what I think about this law. We need to speak about it. We need to hear from him. Don't speak to your media person. We need to hear from you as our president. What do you think about gay men in your country? Why did you sign this law? We need to hear from our president, and we need to engage in directly. We need the UN, other NGOs to facilitate the process of us engaging with our government officials, face to face. Let's have the discussion with them. Let's see what they think about gay people. And we need public interest litigation. The reason why I put this number 7 litigation here is because we've had funders chasing us with money for litigation in the past few months. This is not what we need right now. Yes, litigation is important, but we need, if the public did not ask for litigation, if the litigation is not being asked from the public, from the general public of Nigerians, then even if we go to court, we end up losing. Because there's a research that says in Nigeria that has that 90% of Nigerians support the same-sex marriage bill. So if we go to court, who's going to support us? Until we have educational programs that could educate people about the law, how it affects them, then we can say, yes, we have the support of the people to go to court. But if we have this, and we have this as number 1 litigation, has funders chasing no money right now, it really does anywhere. We have to do all this number 1 to 6 before we even think about litigation. We have elections going in Nigeria, and this is not the right time to do that. But we have to, have public education first before even thinking about litigation. And these are my recommendations. Continuous involvement of LGBT advocates in high-level discussions, including young advocates living with HIV, because it's really important. Continuous funding of grassroots organizations, the need for broad LGBT violence documentation in Africa. We've had several organizations having documentation severally, but we need to have a comprehensive one that actually documents that, and I can hand out to you right now. This is what's going on in Africa, that you can read it and see it. Not from different organizations. We need to have a broad need just to have a broad documentation that quickly hand to anyone to say this is what's going on in Africa. Foreign aid withdrawal should not be tied to LGBT violations. No, because of the gay laws in Africa, we don't need the government of the US or other world to withdraw aid from African governments because of gay laws. It should be tied to other human rights violations, not just about gay laws also. We need investment in programs that educate and promote economic growth in Nigeria. Like I said before, we need research on LGBT laws, impact on HIV prevention, treatment and care. Thank you.